Yo, Zen's in the house, watch your mouth. I've got a bit of a different video today. I'm going a bit off the cuff. It's just what I'm feeling like. However it comes out of my mouth is how it comes out of my mouth, this commentary. It's not scripted. I just wanted to do something a bit different, a bit more fresh. I've got about 6 scripts ready to go for some other videos. That not 100% ready to go. They're done-ish. They still need to be edited, but they're long ones, and I'm kind of like, nah. I don't really want to do it right now. So I thought I'd just do something a bit upbeat, fresh, just smash it out and see how we go. Hopefully you enjoy it. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the types of Assassin's Creed videos that people watch. What have people had their eyeballs on when they've been watching Assassin's Creed content on YouTube? Now, I'll start with ACB. ACB came out in 2010, and the multiplayer was included, and there was a really big opportunity because hardly anyone was recording ACB multiplayer content. You had Zeniithe, Angie XDX, Squiddish, Esco Blades, Games Beverage, Wingspan T dropping his ever helpful tip videos, and yeah, there was some more people, of course, but they were the main cohort that was smashing out videos. And videos in ACB were a bit of a luxury. I mean, seeing recorded content of Assassin's Creed multiplayer, it was a bit of a rare thing, and not many people had recording devices. If you had a HawPod HD PVR, you could get amongst it and smash out those videos and become a bit of a cult following, a bit of an icon, I suppose you could say, that you could do really well in Assassin's Creed multiplayer if you had a recording device in the time of ACB, because you had barely any competition. What type of videos were people pumping out? It was mainly gameplays, full gameplays, and commentaries. But tell you what, full gameplays, people would put everything in their gameplays. I mean, all the pre-game stuff, like the bit that was loading, and then the stuff that came post-game. You had all the experience points and just all that stuff that came after the game session had finished. People just included all that stuff in there because they thought, oh, it's content, people will love it. And people just watched it, I suppose, because it was gameplay, but there was sort of less, it was a bit lax, I suppose you could say, because there wasn't much competition. You could get away without your videos being sort of 100% crisp, I guess you could say. Little side note, I'm recording this video in the study right now, actually. If you didn't know, and you wouldn't, but I actually recorded all the previous commentaries in my wardrobe, Harry Potter style. So basically, I've got like a chest of drawers, sort of 3 drawers, sort of 1, 2, 3 on top of each other, and just, bedside table sort of thing. But I've got that in my wardrobe, and I've got the clothes sort of hanging up to the either side. I just make a bit of a clear way above the desk, the drawers, and I just stick my laptop in there, microphone in there. I'm kneeling down. I'm basically, and I'm just recording as it is, the scripts. And that's how I've been doing the past few videos. And I thought, I could do this, because the reason why I did that was because sound quality. I tried with the clothes around the mic and my voice. It just it's more of a booth sort of situation. So I thought I'd try and enhance the quality that way of the voice recordings. But it's really kneeling down versus sitting down in a chair in the study as I am right now. I thought I'd give it a go to see how it actually goes in the study. If it turns out pretty well, then I think I'm going to do it in the study, because it's easier sitting down. I don't have to kneel down. It's not uncomfortable. I can just easily, everything's on the desk here in the study, so it's just easier. It's just a lot easier. It's more comfortable, like I said. Yeah. So back to the point. ACR came along, and you had a different sort of wave of people coming. You got your Rain and Stormwakes, your Nankins, your Evil Assassins, Gia Quinto, TLT, the Lady Trickstar, holding up the PlayStation side. Luma. I believe Luma started on PlayStation as well. I think he did because I had him added on PlayStation, and then he moved to Xbox, and then he's where he is now, which is awesome for him. And people in ACR times, they started moving more towards montages. Montages were more of a thing in ACR. People were still making full gameplays and commentaries, but the montages sort of came in more, especially when Evil Assassin probably really started making those montages that people really started popping on. When he dropped a montage, there was some genuine hype in the community because he was doing stuff that other people weren't doing, and it was really exciting. Even though his montages, you can't look back on them now because he deleted his channel, but if you remember back to his ACR videos, his early ones, really what they were great clips with music and dubstep music on top of it. They weren't really edited to the music. They weren't really synced to the music. They didn't really have effects on them. They were just quality gameplay, some pretty good music, and that was a great montage basically, and it was enjoyable. And then AC3 came along. AC3 came into the scene, and a lot more people started recording their gameplays, and that was a good thing for Assassin's Creed. I mean, one, you've got a few people in ACB, ACR who are really sort of holding up the YouTube multiplayer, but then you started getting more people start recording, and that's, I think, because Elgato came onto the scene. Elgato made recording a bit more accessible to people because it was cheaper than Warpage HD PVRs, and it was just easier for people to record. But the thing about that is it's sort of hard to put your finger on who came out of the Assassin's Creed 3 time. Yes, there are people sort of here and there, but no one really, it's hard to sort of say this guy was made or this girl was made in Assassin's Creed 3, I suppose. Now, touching back to ACB, if you were making ACB videos of in that year, you could get maybe 10,000, 15,000 subscribers. ACR had probably popping in between 2,000 and 10,000 subscribers, and AC3, it dropped down again. I mean, the higher subscribed channels from AC3 were probably about 1,000 to 2,000 subscribers strong, and yeah, they weren't sort of jumping to the same numbers they did in ACB because there were more people recording their videos, and people have more choice. They spread out a bit more, and yeah, it was good for the game, but not directly, I suppose, as good for the individual, maybe, but that's besides the point, I suppose. The other reason I think people started recording videos in Assassin's Creed 3, other than Elgato making recording videos more easier, more accessible, was that I think people realized, well, hang on, people from ACB, ACR, they're making videos, they're getting some serious acknowledgement, they're known players in the community, and I believe people were saying to themselves, hey, hang on, I can make these videos myself. I can maybe make videos that are as good or even better than the people who make them currently, and I could really become someone in Assassin's Creed. I think that's what was going through people's minds. I can become someone in the Assassin's Creed community if I make videos, and people sort of didn't really pop as much, like I said, as they did in ACB and ACR, just because I think a lot of people had the same idea at the same time. They really didn't. They jumped on at probably almost the peak time for Assassin's Creed videos. Now, what videos were we seeing in Assassin's Creed? Montages, full gameplays, commentaries, short clips, community montages really came onto the scene. We're talking about community montages really started becoming something. People were sort of collaborating more. There was more people, so you could get more clips, more competition as well. AC3 really started bringing in the competitive element. Even though ACB and ACR, you still had the competitive lobbies, but they're more public. It was, if you grouped up, you come across another group in public, and it was competitive that way. But in AC3, it was more organized. You had tournaments, scrims, mashups, private games that people were really getting amongst, and even publics were just more competitive as well because more people were playing. The mechanics were better, if you ask me. It was just overall a better flowing game, and so more people making videos, a greater variety of videos started appearing in Assassin's Creed 3 time. And with montage, like the quality of the videos dropped up as well. Not only did the number of videos jump, but the quality of videos jumped. I mean, you had to increase the quality to get views, to become a bit more, to become noticed, because more people were recording and you had to stand out. So montages were starting to become synced to the audio, more effects, just the whole standard just increased, and it was great. As a viewer, it was great. Now, I got my Elgato at the start of Assassin's Creed 3, but I barely recorded anything. The thing with my Elgato was that I really wish I had recorded more. But the thing was, my Elgato was problematic. I'm not sure if it was the software or what, but something just didn't go right. And that was, my screen would flicker black. It was just flickering black like all the time. And the more I played, the worse it got. No joke. Playing a few hours into the game session, if I hadn't reset my PlayStation and the Elgato was still recording, my screen was black for, it could go black for 7 seconds or more, 7 to 10 seconds. It literally one day just, my TV screen just went to the no signal. The game just went bloop. It just went to a black screen and then it went no signal. The TV went no signal, and I was like, oh my god. During a game I was playing, it was Artifact Assault Domination, whatever it was. I could not see what was going on, and for like a massive part of the game, it just kept flickering. Like, I wasn't talking about like every 5 minutes it was flickering. I'm talking about hear it like all the time. It was just flickering, and it got worse and worse and worse. Like, the flicker went from being like a quarter of a second to just being 5 seconds. I couldn't see what was going on the screen. It was just unbearable. So it was unbearable. It was unplayable. So I just didn't record that. And then I contacted Elgato. I don't know. Nothing really happened. And then they started releasing patches for it, and those patches didn't really fix it, so I just didn't record. It was just easier. I'd rather play and enjoy than record and suffer through what I had to suffer through, because it was not good. AC4 came along, and what did we have then? Even more so than AC3, but more people were making videos, less people became known. Quality of videos increased again, even though the game, not as good. The game definitely is. AC4 is not a great game. But yeah, again, we have a lot of videos being dropped onto YouTube, being uploaded onto YouTube. Full gameplays, commentaries, montages, short videos, funny videos, clip collections, basically everything AC4 was producing. But people were becoming, I think, a bit more picky with what they watched. I mean, less people were getting subscribers, less people were getting views, I believe. There were more people recording, more videos being uploaded, and just the views were being spread over more people's videos. So we're in the present day now. What are we watching today, if you're still watching Assassin's Creed videos? You're most likely watching clip collections. We're really in the time of clip collections. Clip collections, I think, actually, they're still being produced, but they're sort of fading away as well. I think just generally people are fading away, but clip collections, I think people are a bit sick of them. I'm kind of like that. I'm a bit sick of clip collections. I'm a bit clip collectioned out, just because everyone was producing it. And now the reason for clip collections is because they were the best bang for your buck, I suppose. It was not taxing on your time. All you had to do was find a song you like, get some good gameplay, stick the gameplay on top of that. You didn't have to sync it to the music. You could just bang, stick the gameplays together, whack the music on top, pop it on. I mean, if you wanted to go that extra mile, you could stick a few color corrections on, maybe a few effects, some transitions, and then yeah, it really was time effective. That's why people do it. That's why people do it now, because montages aren't appreciated. That's why you barely see anyone making any montages anymore, because the time of montages is gone. They're not really appreciated like they used to be. Then that's because there's not as many people playing, so you're not going to get as many views. But the thing is, so many people have seen really everything there is to see in Assassin's Creed. There's not much variety you can really get from gameplays these days. So when you stick in things that people have already seen into montages, it's kind of, it doesn't have that wow factor. So if you're not having that wow factor in your montages, really, why make a montage? I mean, you can do it for the fun of it, do it for trying to improve your editing skills, and just give people a bit of a montage here and there, because people still enjoy them, but just not as much as they used to. It's just they're not appreciated as much as they used to be, and it doesn't feel rewarding making them. So that's why montages have sort of dropped off a bit, if you ask me. Full gameplays are still around. People will still make full gameplays because, again, they're easy. You just record and stick them straight up. If you have good gameplay, then you can just, it's easy. You just bang, whack it straight up. But I've barely uploaded any full gameplays ever, because I'm not really a fan of full gameplays. I don't like watching full gameplays now. If I watch a full gameplay, it's a rare thing. Yeah, full gameplays, they aren't for me, just because they're not, again, bang for your buck. You're getting everything. It's cool to see all the little bits and pieces during the game that you don't get to see necessarily if people just clip collection the highlights. You don't get to see those little those little quirks of the game. But yeah, it's full gameplays, 10 minutes of gameplay. It's, even if it's sped up a bit, it's still you're watching at least 7 or 8 minutes of gameplay. So yeah, they're not for me. I just don't enjoy them that much, and it's not what I want to spend my time watching. Commentaries, though, this is where I think the future is. Aside from clip collections, if people want to still make clip collections, I think commentary, that's what I enjoy watching the most right now. I'll say it right now. Commentaries are what I enjoy watching and listening to the most. Why? Because they are great value. They are great value. One, you get the gameplay, or you get the clips. I mean, people can put a full gameplay up, fine. People can put clips together as well, a clip collection, and commentate over the top of that. So you're getting the gameplay, but you're also getting the commentary. You're getting the talk. You're getting the thoughts, people's thoughts, their ideas, their opinions, just their perspective on the game or life, or just their stories. And it's refreshing to hear, because people don't really make commentaries as much, if you ask me. Yeah, I would say that. That's why I like making those videos, these commentary videos right now, because it's what I like watching, it's what I like listening to, so I like making them, and it's just, yeah, I hope you guys like listening to them, because I like making them. And that's really the whole commentary. If you've made your way to the end of this video with me umming and ahhing, it's probably been a big pain, and you're like, wow, this guy, he sounds so good before in the videos that he quite clearly was scripted. And these videos have sort of dropped off in quality in the commentary quality, I suppose you could say. But yeah, I haven't gone scripted, I've just gone how it's come out. I've got a few notes here. I've just eaten a chicken and avocado sandwich, had a coffee. Coffee's starting to hit me, I think. I'm starting to pick up a bit, maybe because of the end of the commentary, I don't know. Feeling good though, I'm feeling good. I hope you're feeling good. It's Boxing Day here in Australia. What else is there to say? Shaping up for a big year. Shaping up for a big year next year. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Leave a like. Leave a comment. Let me know if you like this unscripted version. If not, I'll probably see you back in Scriptland. Alright, catch you later, guys. Have a good night, day, afternoon, pre-evening, early morning, whatever you're living right now. Catch you later. Peace.